actually get put together. The parts that's not hooked onto the bike, you can actually see me put this bike together. Meaning, in most cases, whenever a bike is shipped to you, you got to set the handlebars up and different things like that. That's one of the funny things too about vlogging. Sometimes you don't quite get those gears like you should, because you're thinking about other things that you're talking about, and you end up somewhat forgetting to shift. Now, shifting forward is a little different from downshifting, because I don't know why. Downshifting I've been forgetting. Upshifting hasn't been much of a problem. It's just really been downshifting. Yeah, but this baby, man, I'm glad. One of the main things I'm glad about this bike is that I changed that exhaust system. The stock exhaust, it didn't have much of a great sound to it. But this one, I think I'm in the ballpark to where I want this X22 to sound. Oh, y'all heard that horn? That's the horn I put on there. So yeah, that's not the stock horn that you guys are hearing. That's one that aftermarket one that I added to the bike to give it a little bit more meatier horn, and I like that too. So like I said, the muffler's good and the horn. Those are two of my favorite things that I changed on the bike, on the Venom X22. Like I said, the Venom X22 it's a nice bike, man. It's, like I said, it's a nice bike, but it is slow. And one of the things is, it's not so much about me popping wheelies or any of that thing with any bike. It's just that you do, when you're riding, you want something that's gonna give you some pep if you need it. Something that's gonna kick up some dirt if you need it to. But with this one, it doesn't work that way. But other than that, I still like the Venom X22 because it still gets you out on two wheels. It's still a nice bike. Once again, I still like the bike because it is what it is. It's still a motorcycle. It's just a motorcycle that has a smaller engine, a 125cc engine, but it still gets you around. As most people will say, it has an engine the size of a Grum, but it's definitely pulling some extra pounds off of it because the engine is a workhorse for it to pull so many pounds. So it's definitely doing its thing. But see, there's the thing, once it gets up to the fourth gear, you stuck right there. And that's one of the things I don't like about it. is that you want to push up for extra gear and you don't have it, and those are the things that is somewhat disappointing. And I'm surprised the manufacturers didn't think about that when they made this bike. That they didn't think, okay, why don't we just give it at least 5 gears and bump it up to at least a 190 or 200 cc bike. And I think it would be phenomenal at that particular speed. That particular cc would be wonderful if they would think of it that way. But they didn't think that way, I guess. They were cutting costs because they wanted to be so cheap. But I think if they would have just added another $200 onto the bike, it would be a great bike. Well, I'll just put it this way, it would be greater. It would be a greater bike if they could just do that. If they could have just thought, okay, well, we could add a little more to it and give the people something. A budget bike, but something that people could love. Now, I'm pretty sure most of my guys out there, the people that do ride, my guys and girls, that do like their Venom X22s, they're probably thinking the same way I do about this motorcycle. That it's a great motorcycle, it's fun to ride, as most would say. It's fun to ride a slow bike fast, but you'd like to be in between, fast and slow. For the people that don't want to ride super fast, they could at least be halfway, and that would be a good thing, if they could just be halfway. Not too fast, not too slow. It could be a great thing.